So for the first bullet point, here I'm focused on how much I'm willing to risk for the day, right? So for me, I feel comfortable risking, let's say I have $100 in my account, I feel comfortable risking a max amount of 5%. If I have $100, 5% of $100 is $5. So I'm willing to lose $5 in one day if I decide to trade, and let's say that trade is a loss. I'm willing to accept that loss, accept $5, 5% drawdown, and continue, right? I'm not talking about how much I'm willing to make, because trading is inevitable for you to lose. You will lose. You're not gonna win every trade that you take. I'm telling you that now. You're not gonna win every trade that you take, and you will lose. So our job as traders is to be a professional loser. And how you be a professional loser is by managing your risk the right way, right? I'm not here thinking of how much I'm gonna make today. I'm here coming in with the mindset of how much am I willing to risk or lose today in order to make some money. That's the mindset you wanna come in the charts with. And a lot of people don't come in with that mindset and trust. They come in with that gambling, casino mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna try to flip this and make this much amount. And trust, that's how they blow up their account. They leave the casino with no money, right? So that's that. The first one, you wanna figure out how much do you feel comfortable of risking per trade, right? Or for that day in general. Is it 10% of your whole account? Is it 5% of your account, 2%, right? As your account gets higher as well, the more money you have, the same percentage are gonna change. So 5% of 100 is $5. 5% of $100,000 is $5,000. It's still 5%, but the numbers, the money is different, right? And if I have a big account of $100,000, I'm not gonna be risking 5%. I'm probably gonna risk only 1%, which is only $1,000, right? So for the next one, we're focused on the R to R, or your risk to reward. Typically on the strategy that I'm using, which is supply and demand, and I'm trading it on the 5-minute time frame, I'm mainly just aiming for a 1-to-1, which means I'm risking $10 to make $10, right? Typically you wanna go for 2-to-1, which is $10 to make $20. So you're risking 1 to make double, right? The strategy that I use is not, since it's in a lower time frame, it's not really meant to be catching this big winning trades, this big home run trades. It's not meant to be catching these big trending moves, right? It's just meant to go into the market, get your pips, get some money, and get out. That's why I'm sticking to the 1-to-1, because it's just more consistent, right? We're here to make money at the end of the day, right? So we're trying to find the best ways to have the most consistency in the market and be able to make money most of the time, right? So most of the time, let's say a chart moves 30 points or 30 pips in one session, right? I'm not gonna try to catch those whole 30 pips. I'm gonna try to catch 5 pips, because guess what? Eventually and inevitably, price will move 5 pips. So I will eventually or inevitably hit my target, make some money, and call it a day. And I don't gotta worry about the rest of the move, the trade. Yeah, price kept going up, I could have made more money, but hey, I'm satisfied with my win. I made my daily percentage, my winning daily percentage, and I'm out, right? I don't need to catch that whole big move. I caught that little tiny move. All I need is one slice of the pie. I don't need the whole pie. I just need a slice. Also, one last thing, your R to R is extremely important, because if you're not consistent with your winning trades, right? If you have a 50% win rate, which means that out of 10 trades that you take, you win 50% of it, you win 5, you lose 5, then at the end of the day, if you use a 1-to-1, you're going to be at break even. If you lose $5, right, and then you make $5 back, you're still at zero. But let's say if you have a winning rate, that your win rate, you lose 4 trades out of 10 and you win 6. Now at the end of the 10 trades, you're up 10%, or however much percent you're risking per day or you made that day. Because some days you're not going to make the same amount every day. Some days you might only make 2%. Some days you might only make 5%. Some days it might go to 10% on one trade. You know, so it really depends what type of trade setup you took that day and how far it went into profit or whether it didn't. Right? Now, if you have a risk to reward that is 1 to 2, right, and you have a 50% win rate, which means you lose 5 and you win 5 out of a series of 10 trades, you're still going to be up in profit, right? If I lose five trades, right, at 1%, each trade that I lose is $1, I'm down $5, right? And I win 5 trades, but I win $2 every time that I win, then I will be up $10 at the end of the 10 trade series. Even though I lost 5 times and I won 5 times and my win rate is 50%, at the end of the week or at the end of the 10 trades, I'm still in profit due to my win rate and my R to R, risk to reward, right? So this is very important, okay? Because mind you, if you win 40% of the time and you lose 60% of the time, maybe a 1-to-1 would not be for you, because you at the end of the 10 trades, you'll be in drawdown. But if you have a 2-to-1 and you lose 60% of the time and you only win 40% of the time, you're still going to be in profit at the end of those 10 trades. So that's the importance of understanding your risk to reward, your risk, and the winning percentage that you have in your trading. But as time goes on and as you get better in trading, your win percentage is going to increase. Typically, beginner traders, they have about 30 to 40% win rate, which means 70 to 60% of the time they're losing. Eventually, as you get better and as time goes on, you will begin to step that up and you will now have a 50 to 70% win rate, which means out of the week or the 10 trades that you take, you're only losing about 4 or 3 trades only out of the 10 trades that you take. But that's going to come in time and experience, and as you get to see the market every cycle and continue practicing the strategy and following the trading plan, and you will begin to get better, and now you'll be able to see the A+ setups. So now you're only catching setups that have a high probability of hitting your target zone and you making money that day, therefore increasing your win rate, right?